Mumtaz as an educationist, a visionary and a leader. In collaboration with Alamein Arts, Science, Commerce College and Alamein Law College. Now, just before me, Dr. Sharma, Akhtar Wasi Sahab has spoken on the life and achievements of Dr. Mumtaz and his personality. We have to remember that our elders who laid the foundation stones for any type of movement should be remembered, and their vision should be shared and carried forward. No doubt, Dr. late Mumtaz Sahab was a visionary and dedicated his life for promotion of education among all sections of society, in particular Muslim community. It is important to study the life of visionaries, their vision and achievements, the difficulties they have encountered, as well as their contribution to the overall development of society. Such seminar and discussion can help the future generation to commemorate and learn from these personalities and their life and remember their legacy. Him closely, having worked with him for more than 3 decades. Dr. Mumtaz hailed from Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, and his parents were deeply involved in social service. They brought Dr. Mumtaz by inculcating in him the values of service, which something that they themselves were engaged practically in, particularly Dr. Mumtaz mother, Sadatun Nisa, in whose name this college has been named. After completing his medical education, Dr. Mumtaz wanted to continue his medical practice by shifting from Tiruchirappalli to Bangalore. His wife is from a well-reputed family of Bangalore. When he came to Bangalore, the principal of Jamal Muhammad College, where he studied, mentioned to him that despite Bangalore being a big city, there was no Muslim-run first-grade degree college in Bangalore. This issue and took the initiative to discuss the matter with few like-minded people, including them Mrs. Abbasiya Begum Makki, then MLC, Mr. Adish Sharif, a social worker, Ismail Sharif Saab, a retired IAS officer, and some other, and established an organization in the name of Alamein Education Society. Alamein Education Society was established in the year 66. Mrs. Abbasiya Begum Makki and Adish Sharif were the founder, chairman and secretary of the Alamein Education Society. Being MLC, Mrs. Makki had influence in the government, and so the society was able to get permission to start Alamein Arts, Science and Commerce College. To establish an education institution having an appropriate physical location is very important. In this regard, Dr. Mumtaz father-in-law's side played a very important role. They came forward to hand over some land of Dr. Mumtaz a bungalow, then to start the college. The college started in a bungalow of Dr. Mumtaz father-in-law in Kalasipalli. In the beginning, Dr. Mumtaz faced considerable difficulty in establishing the college. The college had no funds even to pay salaries for this staff. But he struggled. He never gave it up. I mean, the difficulty he encountered in the beginning to start the college without any fund is a very difficult task. Now, nobody came forward at that time. He has to struggle, he has to borrow, he has to put in his own money. Gradually, however, several individuals teamed up with Dr. Mumtaz in his effort to get the college going and extended their support in mobilizing donations to run the college. Till 1972, the college faced huge financial constraints. Later, when Mr. S.M. Yahya became the education minister, he included Element College for being eligible for the grant and granting aid from the government. Numerous Muslim leaders such as Mr. Aziz Sheikh, Justice Iqbal Hussain, Mr. Muhammad Ali, then Minister in Karnataka, and several other prominent people extended their moral support to Dr. Mumtaz. Mr. Aziz Sheikh, who then was the Minister for Labour and Work, lent his support to Dr. Mumtaz in the early period of Parliament Education Society. This role was very crucial. His role was very crucial. Mr. Sheikh played a dynamic role in promoting the Al-Amin Education Society. As a Minister of Work, he helped the society to get prime 6 acres of work land on Siddhaya Road, just opposite to Lalbagh on a 99-year case, where now the Al-Amin Education Society and the education complex exist. The land that was leased out to society had been illegally encroached. Through his perseverance, Dr. Mumtaz Ahmad Khan risked his life to remove the encroachment. Slowly, people started appreciating Dr. Mumtaz Ahmad Khan's effort. Gradually, Dr. Mumtaz Ahmad Khan teamed up to assist him by influencing well-known personalities like Aziz Sheikh, Justice Iqbal Hussain, Mr. Rahmatullah Khan Sahab, Mr. IAS and Mr. Rahmatullah Khan, and J.P. Durakar, and several others who became his advisors. During the same time, in a neighboring Kerala, Dr. Abdul Ghaffur, who is like Dr. Mumtaz Khan was a medical doctor, started a similar education movement and established a Muslim education society, which is called MES. He was a great visionary and set up many education institutions in Kerala. And with that, a new era started from South India to educate the Muslims of the country. But unfortunately, sometimes differences cropped up even between great leaders, differences of opinion triggered between two visionaries, and this affected the unity, formed a separate body, the Al-Amin Education Movement. This is how the management of the Al-Amin Arts and Science College and entrusted it to the duly elected body and took up much bigger task of touring the different parts of the country and motivating people for the cause of education. And the motivation, with the result of the motivation, two big institutions came. One in Kerala, headed by TPM Ibrahim Sahab, which is equally a very big institution. And another was in Al-Amin movement in West Bengal. And he took keen interest. Some people came forward, some people they didn't came forward, but his task was to motivate, and his motivation has helped to come up several institutions in the country and for his motivation. He identified social workers in different parts of the country and motivated them by giving scholarships. He used to establish in various places because it is very difficult to start institutions, and he had a novel idea that first give scholarship, motivate the local people to contribute for scholarship, and pay fees instead of starting colleges so that the poor people will not give up education, then we will drop it. So he has started a formula. If the local people contribute whatever they contribute, the alumni movement will contribute equal amount. And this formula works somewhere, and some places it was not able to. So the initial period which he faced, there was a negativism was there. What he was trying to do, the negative attitude of the community towards education, in promoting education, was to be converted into the positiveness. Then only success comes. So he has undertaken that task by removing the negative feeling among the community that we have to struggle, we have to work hard and leave the result to the Allah, and then we should not start with the negativism that Muslims will not do this, Muslims will not be able to do this. All this, that negative which prevails within the community. Some of you who have not seen those days, and now things have changed, but those days, any work we want to start, there will be, the elders used to say it is not possible, Muslims cannot do it, it is not, we have no money. These are the things. This negativity which prevails in the community, the greatest contribution of Dr. Mumtaz is to convert this negativity to the positive. That he was mostly attached to cause, not to person. When the person was useful to the cause, he encouraged them. During the late 70s and early 80s, in addition to the Alumni Education Society institution, the society focused on development initiatives to address economic and social issues of the community. Thus, the Alumni Hospital, Alumni Medical College, Ultron, IFEC, KBHT, Aman Bank, Salar Publications, and several other institutions was established. Then it was felt it is not only education institution alone, we need several other diverse activities to go. So these are the institutions which was taken simultaneously along with the education movement. These institutions were support to the education movement also. To accomplish all this was not possible for an individual alone. It requires a team of several dedicated persons. Over the years, at different point of time, observing Dr. Khan's active involvement, a number of people joined him to assist him in his effort. Hundreds of people were with him who were sincere and honest. With his effort, a number of middle and secondary institutions was established. One major proof of such successful institution is the Alumni institution, Kochi and Kerala. The successful functioning of Alumni education institution in Kochi is due to the Alumni movement and initial handholding of the Alumni Society. The Alumni Education Society at Kochi, with Mr. DPM Ibrahim Khan is here. It's a meeting in a meeting. They discuss, and then after some time they said, we have a land, I think 25 acres of land, rubber land. Those say we need land, this land is available, but you don't have money. So, what is the contribution? Motivation. Don't worry, you will take it, he said. And then initial payment has to be made. Then Mr. Rahman came, asked Rahman to give at that time 50,000 rupees as initial payment to buy a 25 acres of rubber land. That 50,000, he offered that to me, there is no other contribution. Once he initiated, motivated that and got initiative, they bought it. Agreement is in that. Then it is the local people, it is their task. Now they have taken, they have to fulfill, they have to collect, they have to take your business, and that is how a valuable crores of rupees worth of property in Kerala Alumni. Similarly, we went to Kanpur and there was a meeting There was all millionaires were sitting in the meeting. One of the IAS officers who was in charge of allotment of land, and they had established an education society. They were running in a house called Satsaya Education. Then that officer said that I can allot a big chunk of land for education, and you have to pay. You have to buy it. It is at the government cost. There are millionaires sitting in the meeting. Nobody came forward. They said you have to just pay 4 lakhs in Sri Lanka. Now we were there. Then we said we will advance it from Malami. So we came. Dr. Saab paid a check of 4 lakhs from Malami Society, and that was bought. Then we did contribute anything else, and no further money. The local people, this is the type of motivation. Once local people, they are there, we have taken the land, now we should collect it, they collect it. Now, if property in Kanpur is there, the college is there, the society is working. Similar motivation all over Karnataka. You see, wherever another education institution is there, it is motivated the local people. That is the greatness. I mean, the greatest virtue of Dr. Mumtaz is to motivate the community and awake the sleeping community, and to tell them that it is hard work and contribution and sacrifice alone can achieve this backwardness. That is his mission. Mr. Maqsood Ali Khan, Mr. Ismail Kalla Khan Sahab, Irfan Azhar and Sadakat Kina, and myself associated with Dr. Saab in accomplishing the task of establishing various institutions. One of the reasons for the progress of these efforts made was the credibility and involvement of the team. You see, you have to have a credibility of the society also, and that only it will come. So we had the team, Malami team, as a credibility. The beginning of 1990s was the golden era of Almi movement, and teamed up started working in many different sectors. In a period of about 3 decades or more, I was one of the closest associates of Dr. Mumtaz. Most of the decisions and initiatives were by the Dr. Mumtaz Ahmad Khan, myself, and Dr. Khan kept himself away from the day-to-day of the management of the various institutions, as he is a man of action. Because his philosophy is to start a movement, start the institution, motivate them. Once that comes up, he is associated, he will go to some other place. He will not again with it. So like that he used to motivate. Every human being however successful he may be, suffers from some weaknesses also. The fast development of Almi movement and number of institutions that came under the banner of Almi received widespread attention. While some appreciated this, a few became jealous. The team became very big and backbiting started within the team. Dr. Mumtaz Ahmad Khan, my relations were strained due to difference created by our own colleagues. My political rise and my dominating role in the movement along with Dr. Khan's were not liked by some colleagues, and they created differences between us, and some wrong persons became close and they spoiled some of the relationships. History is full of such instances, and Alami saga is one such. I always respect Dr. Mumtaz Ahmad Khan and admired his zeal and commitment. An important quality of Dr. Mumtaz Ahmad Khan was that he was a great persuader. He motivated. Because he does nothing. He persuades. If he will take a toss, because God was kind to him. Because he has no other assigned job like doing this business or in this one. God was kind to him. He is not dependent on anything. God was this. So he dedicated his full time in this movement. So his job is every morning get up, and what are all classes every morning from 7 to 9 telephone to each person, what has happened, what has happened, what has happened. He will remind everybody. So some of the initial persuasion that help to build the movement. He is an immense faith in Allah. For him, the cause was important and not the personality. The education institution set up under his guidance is different part of the country stands a testimony to his dedication, hard work and spirit of social service. From Dr. Mumtaz, I learned a lot. At times, when I passed by Alamin College on Lalgaon Road, I recall the golden days together, building this institution and working for various social causes. On litigation and later note, I would like to mention that Mumtaz generous streak of savories and sweet from neighboring MTR during our society meeting at Alamin College, which made the bonding between the members of the movement. One thing I just want to recollect, the negativism in the, he always used to feel where is the money. Money is very important, but have you come across anybody saying, I have donated 1 crore, I have donated 50 lakhs? Anybody? Such big institutions have come up. Crores of rupees worth of institutions have been built. How could it be possible if tomorrow you want to start a institution, first say what is where is the money? I recall an instance, Alamin Hospital, which is a testimony for his hard work. We decided that similarly when his principal said there is no first grade college. Similarly, at a funeral, we all sat and discussed what our community doesn't have a small hospital also. The next moment, he started working. And within a 1 month, he formed a trust, Alamin Medical. And contribution is 101, 7 trustees, 700. We started, where is the money, how do you do? No thinking. Then this is how Allah helped. Then, the hospital which is there, some of you might have seen it, there's a old bungalow belonging to Sir Haji Ismail's work. And that was under rent control. And the trustee said, if you able to get it from the rent control, we will be happy to do. We entered into an agreement with them, and then God helped, how help come forward. Then we kept quiet. Now how to get it from rent control, it is under that. So luckily, the president of the Alamin Hospital was Dr. Mr. Rahman, son of Mirza Ismail. His colleague was the chairman, was the chief secretary of the state. Then he just mentioned that this is so. Then immediately the chief secretary instructed the Agro-Justice Corporation, to whom the bungalow was allotted, to hand it over back to the trustee. It was an impossible act, but if you have the courage, if you have positiveness, God will help. That vacated and that building came, you were completely. Then we started a clinic with Dr. Wahid, who is a famous physician, and one person got admitted there, a rich man. He may have perceived that, he said, I will give you 1 lakh of this donation to this hospital. He gave it in 6 years, but that motivated. If he is a man, 1 lakh he can give, the community is big. So from that day we started working for the Alumni Hospital, collecting sponsors, and we are started benefit stores, 150 tickets, 250 tickets, and the hospital was, we got what is this, architects, everything, big plan with it, without money. Then we wanted to inaugurate. And then we went the governor to inaugurate. Mr. Mumtaz was the governor of here. He said, his secretary said, you are having a project of about 10 crores. How much money you have got? We didn't have bank balance of even 10,000. So he was not willing, that is, the secretary was not willing to put the paper before the governor. When Mr. Ajay said telephone to him, the governor came, and he did mention in his speech that if I follow the protocol, you have no money to start. But I am sure if the Bangalore Muslims give up going to cinema every month, skip one cinema and then contribute in it building. And we started the building, we had no money. What to do? Then 2 lakhs bill, 2 lakhs is a big amount then. We have to use the contractor. One bank manager helped, we told that we have no money. What we have to do it. Then he said, we are all good people, you are all big people associated. You open an account, you issue the check. Without any balance, you issue the check, he honored it. When he honored, work started. Then people started giving confidence. Then small donation, this donation, the hospital. So if they had not taken the initiative, if that positiveness, yes, where is the money? The government discouraged us, where is the money? Everybody is different. But we said, yes, resources will come. So this is the uniqueness in all our learning institutions. No institution, medical college we started without any money. We have only 30,000 in the bank. We have to do 30 lakhs deposit to be sure to get the medical. Somehow we managed, we got the medical college. These are all the great institutions which is benefiting the community. That if the visionary like Mumtaz was not there to motivate it, people would not have joined. So for anyone, there should be a motivator. There should be a positive approach. The community today is suffering because the entire community, the Muslim community in the country, has a negativism, total negativism. Whether it is politically, everything is that, oh now, what will happen to us? The BJP is ruling, or somebody is ruling, or the government is not going to help us. All that dependency we should give it away. We should not depend on anybody in the community. You have to spend on that. You have to spend, pursue your own strength. That is what Dr. Mumtaz is. The great contribution. I am not going to go into detail about the other things of this education and all that. Sections are developing. Why not we? What does it mean we don't have it? क्या इंटेलेक्चुअल में कमी है, तालीम में कमी है, मेहनत में कमी है? नहीं, ये ही कमी है, नहीं ये नहीं है, मुसलमान नहीं करता, एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन की नहीं बोलता, हम नहीं चलाते, हमारे पास पैसा कहाँ है, कौन देखे पैसा, गरीबानी, ये जो है नेगेटिविज्म, जो अलमी मूवमेंट का ग्रेटेस्ट अचीवमेंट इज कन्वर्टिंग द नेगेटिव एटीट्यूड ऑफ द कम्युनिटी पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड. Those who have taken positive attitude have succeeded. All these institutions have taken positive attitude and they have succeeded. And that should be projected as to how these institutions come. Why not utter? See, the motivation of the Alamin education movement is college, the younger street now is the way they have shoot is how successful they have put the education movement they are listing it. Just motivation. Every Karnataka after 1967-68, all institutions have come with motivation of Olympic. So it is all the way necessary that such visionaries, leaders who have sacrificed their life for the community should be analyzed, studied, and then I suggest that a research paper should be done. Somebody should do doctorate on Dr. Mumtaz life lesson. I think if somebody come forward, I think they can also be helped financially to take a such project. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As rightly pointed out Dr. Khan साहब हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, आपको अल्लाह सेहत दे, अभी बहुत सारे काम होना चाहिए। इंग्लिश बहुत सारे हमारे काम करने वाला देखिए मैडम also very क्या आज का सेमिनार का की एड्रेस डॉक्टर के रहमान खान
बेंगलुरु की बीईटी सादतुन्निसा डिग्री कॉलेज में एक रोजा आलमी सेमिनार बानी अलमीन तहरीक डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान को खिराज अकीदत खिराज तहसीन पेश। डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान एक ऐसे विजनरी, एक ऐसे दूरंदेश, एक ऐसे प्लानर, एक ऐसे थिंकर जिन्होंने कौम व मिल्लत की तालीमी तरक्की के लिए न सिर्फ ख्वाब देखे बल्कि अपने ख्वाबों ख्यालों को हकीकत में बदल कर दिखाया। मुसलमानों में तालीमी बेदारी पैदा की। अलमीन तहरीक का असर कि न सिर्फ कर्नाटक बल्कि मुल्क की मुख्तलिफ रियासतों में कई तालीमी इदारे कायम हुए, आबाद हुए। लिहाजा मौजूदा दौर में भी डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान के विजन मिशन को आगे बढ़ाने अलमीन तहरीक अलमीन सोसाइटी को यूनिवर्सिटी के दर्जे तक ले जाने की जरूरत है। डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान की शख्सियत और कारनामों पर मुनक़दा इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार में मुल्क की नामवर शख्सियात ने इन ज़राइन ख्यालात का इजहार किया। 7 दिसंबर 2023 बरोज जुमेरात बेंगलुरु के बिस्मिल्लाह नगर की बीईटी कॉलेज में एक रोजा आलमी सेमिनार मुनक़द हुआ। बीईटी सादतुन्निसा कॉलेज की सिल्वर जुबली की मुनासिबत से अलमीन आर्ट साइंस कॉमर्स और लॉ कॉलेज के इश्तराक से ये इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार हुआ। नई दिल्ली से आई मुल्क की मारूफ इल्मी व अदबी शख्सियत प्रोफेसर अख्तरुल वासे ने सेमिनार का इफ्तिताह किया। साबिक मरकजी वजीर के रहमान खान ने कलीदी खुतबा पेश किया, जबकि साबिक रियासती वजीर और बीईटी इदारे जात के चेयरमैन आर रोशन बेग ने इफ्तिताई जलसे की सदारत की। डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान के फर्जंद और अलमीन एजुकेशनल सोसाइटी के चेयरमैन उमर इस्माइल खान, केरला से आए टीपीएम इब्राहिम खान, अहमदाबाद से आए मारूफ एडवोकेट और गुजरात टुडे अखबार के सदर मोहम्मद सोहेल तिरमिजी, टुमकुर यूनिवर्सिटी के साबिक वाइस चांसलर डॉक्टर यस्सी शर्मा, अलमीन एजुकेशनल सोसाइटी के सेक्रेटरी जुबैर अनवर सेठ, बीईटी इदारे के सेक्रेटरी सैयद सैफुल्ला, ट्रेजरर जे शफीउल्ला और दीगर मौजूद थे। के रहमान खान ने मरहूम डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान से अपने देरीना ताल्लुकात पर रोशनी डालते हुए कहा कि नेगेटिव सोच मनफी सोच को पॉजिटिव सोच में बदलते हुए मुकामी लोगों की हौसला अफजाई और रहनुमाई करते हुए डॉक्टर साहब ने रियासत कर्नाटक के मुख्तलिफ शहरों में न सिर्फ कर्नाटक बल्कि मुल्क की चंद दीगर रियासतों में तालीमी इदारे कायम किए जो आज कौम व मिल्लत का बड़ा असासा साबित हुए हैं। के रहमान खान ने कहा कि डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान की क़यादत में एक टीम ने जिसके पास न पैसे थे न वसाइल थे लेकिन बुलंद हौसलों बुलंद अज़ाइम के साथ कई इदारों की बुनियाद रखी। इस सेमिनार में रहमान खान ने इस तल्ख हकीकत को भी बयान किया कि चंद हासी दिन और सोसाइटी में मौजूद चंद अफराद ने चुगलखोरी करते हुए डॉक्टर साहब और उनके दरमियान दरारें पैदा की। इस मौके पर प्रोफेसर अख्तरुल वासे ने अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी से डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान के ताल्लुकात को बयान करते हुए कहा कि डॉक्टर साहब ने यूनिवर्सिटी की तरक्की के लिए गैर मामूली अतियात दिए। आपकी उम्मीदें कलील थी लेकिन मकासिद जलील थे। डॉक्टर यस्सी शर्मा ने कुरान मजीद की आयतों और हिंदू मजहब के श्लोक पढ़ते हुए डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान की खिदमात पर रोशनी डाली। सेमिनार में अहमदाबाद से आए एडवोकेट मोहम्मद सोहेल तिरमिजी ने कहा कि 2002 के गुजरात फसादात के मजलूमीन को इंसाफ दिलवाने के लिए डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान ने उन्हें तहरीक दी, हिम्मत दी। आलमी सेमिनार के इफ्तिताई इजलास के बाद पैनल डिस्कशन का इनाकाद अमल में आया, जिसकी निजामत मारूफ कॉलम निगार मोहम्मद आजम शाहिद ने की। इस डिस्कशन में डॉक्टर मुमताज अहमद खान की शख्सियत, इनके तालीमी मिशन को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए क्या तदबीरें की जाएं, क्या इक़दामात किए जाएं, अलमीन एजुकेशनल सोसाइटी की मजीद तरक्की के लिए क्या कोशिशें हों, इस पर तबादले ख्याल किया गया। जनूबी हिंद न्यूज़ रिपोर्ट।